I know you're probably thinking, what an interesting topic to speak about, to write about, to even think about or begin to comprehend why one would want to be a homosexual. I didn't come here to convince you that I'm anything but me. I've tried, but I'm not going to plaster my soul on a notebook or a stage just so you can be gratified. I've tried, but believe me, you won't ever understand what it's like to walk in these shoes. I don't think I can ever get you to fathom what it's like to be in this body and love someone else in the same. I'm not angry at God for putting me here, but I am a little inquisitive as to why I feel complete in the arms of another womb. I don't think I can get you to understand what it's like to have butterflies for females, and not the celebrity crush type ones, no. The ones where you're at home alone and thinking about lip gloss and eyeshadows because your eyes shadowed the lining of her hips, your lips glossed for a chance to kiss that sexy, sultry, succulent skin. I don't want to be ridiculed. I didn't mean to sin. I didn't mean to like it when she kissed me. I didn't plan on starting fireworks when we touched. It was beyond me to get you to understand how I feel. You'd have to rip your skin off and walk around with bare flesh, multicolored pinks and reds, exposing your organs and tissues for what they really are, while people stared in amazement and disgust. Like I hear them say now and time again. One person even asked, so you mean like you was eating? Or my most favorite phrase, you're too pretty to be gay. You're too smart to be bisexual, and you are just too sexy to be a lesbian. But what the does beauty or intelligence have to do with sexuality? Can someone please interpret that for me? Because all I interpret that to be is, you're too pretty to be happy. You're most certainly too intelligent to be happy, and if I'm not cliched, you're too happy. And what's the point of my existence if I can't be happy? Believe me, there's nothing you can say that I haven't already heard. Being shunned and condemned is served on a daily basis, so you can keep yours. I don't intend to overdose on negative uncertainties. Do you know what it's like to have your own mother tell you to leave? Leave, child, because surely you can't be mine. Sticking your face in the place where only penises lie, you disgust me. I cried for nights, trying to put those feelings aside, trying not to find pleasure between thighs, but I knew when morning arrived, I'd still be me. No matter how hard I closed my eyes to change skin tone or height or weight or thinking or character, no matter how hard I tried to fight away feelings or suppress the stress that caressed my inner being, when I opened my eyes, I was still me, still beautiful, still smart, still homosexual. Woo!
This poem is about you and how amazing you are. I sincerely believe that God placed in you enough optimism to supply an entire nation, because you deteriorate the gravity of 10-ton situations 20-fold by simply smiling, as though with the rising of your cheeks 10 million people stood to their feet within the cracks of your lips, arms folded, hands clasped tightly together, praying to the gods of every culture in unison for hope. I just hope you know how special you are. And if I had to describe you, I would compare you to a sunrise after stormy weather. Because no matter how hard thunder knocked, there was always calm in your presence. That's why the first time I heard you cry, it felt like a mixture of blasphemy and suicide. A hedonistic concoction concocted by the devil himself. Not one tear Not one sound was uttered from your lips. Your tears were as silent as angels tiptoeing on clouds, as pain usually is, but more moving than motion itself. I just hope you know how special you are. And that there are better men out there than the four that left your womb with precious mementos of their brief stay in it. Like rainbows after tsunamis, no matter the devastation, there is still life left in their wake. See, he makes no mistakes. And to prove this, he gave you 4 sons for their treason on your emotions. Each one a life sentence to thoughts of them, imprisoned inside cages outside your mind. So pay them no mind. For the wages of sin will be enough to feed them in the end. In the end, you were all we ever needed anyway. Because you are amazing. You taught men to be men as a mother. You fought hatred with kindness as a friend. You scaled the walls of depression with no soulmate to hold your hands. No helpmeet to help you meet the needs of your 4 sons. For season after season, you bore the burden of solitude, seeking refuge only in your fervent prayers to the Almighty, whom I felt at times plagued you mightily with legions of demons like legions on your aura, but like Job, you never gave up. You got up time and time again, and as your son, I am truly grateful. Because without you, I would not be able to write this poem about you and how amazing you are. You decrease the gravity of 10-ton situations 20-fold by simply smiling, as though with the rising of your cheeks 10 million people stand to their feet within the cracks of your lips with arms folded, hands clasped tightly together, praying to the gods of every culture in unison for hope. Just hope you know how amazing you are to me.
Things that God put together you can and do, but putting us together is something that God just won't do. Our relationship started off so-so, but I wanted our love to be like a plant and just watch it grow. I remember the days I just used to chill with you and just unwind and cherish each second in time and focus on writing a rhyme. Just for you, but our love wasn't true. It was fake. As a matter of fact, it was a mistake. Now I sit there full of regret, sit there trying to forget that I ever met you, regretting that I ever loved you, wishing I never held you. Expressed all of my fears to you, sat down and cried tears with you. Now all I can do is just laugh at myself for thinking that you were actually here for me. Truth is, I couldn't see. Instead, I sat back and overlooked the obvious and began a journey of just sin and lust. Never knew that I knew I couldn't trust, but instead I was just focused on getting a bus. Instead of looking into the future, a stable future, one for my son and daughter. Now our relationship with you, I won't even bother. Just leave, you're dismissed, and best believe you won't be missed. Because here I stand, a new man, one with a plan, and you're not in it. I'm here with new sight, so I can't be deceived, new strength that you won't believe, so much wisdom that your tiny mind can't even perceive. Truth is, I miss your lips, the way they interlock with mine at an angle that reminds me of some advanced symmetry. Believe me, I also believe the things I also miss the things I didn't do because of you. All of the Cubans I didn't smoke, all of the poetry I didn't quote, all of the original pieces I should have wrote. But you had me distracted and my heart just reacted and I gave you all that you needed and more. Now my heart, my voice, and my mind is so sore. You lifted me higher than any weed. You were the judge, the jury to whom I had to plead. You were the strict parent that I have to please, but damn, you brought this nigga straight to his knees. See, I was ready to die for you. You was kind of like the streets, because I would have died for you. Now I'm focused on the time that God has in front of me, the time that I couldn't see. You see, you were blocking me from my true destiny. They say some girls are put into your life to make you better. Please. I was there to bless you every time you sneezed. Still, you couldn't appreciate all of the friends I replaced with you. Cut off all of my ride or dies for someone who was better living with flies. See, the attitude sings. Now the only words I have for you is fuck you, links. Because there's no more us. The majority of us was just lust. Other than that, we just cuss and say the most hurtful things when we were mad. So sad, but the true way you feel always comes out when you're mad. Funny, here I was thinking you were going to be my companion for life, ready to make you my wife and make you my life and help you bring a new life into this world. Unfortunately, you just wasn't a real girl. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all bad, even though this ending is so sad. We had to start in order to finish. Now the memories I have of you I diminish, and I let you go. My emotions I will no longer show. You had me so messed up that I couldn't even believe. I guess you were the ace that Satan had up his sleeve. Glad God came and got me, and now I can leave. I leave now with a sense of pride that I'm not scared to hide. You have me fucked up, yeah, but I'll get over it. You used to say you were my drug. Well, I just had my last hit. All of the memories I have, I spit them out like I'm having a seizure. When I see you, I forget I ever knew you, like I had amnesia. And I hope my lyrics act like a dildo, seduce you and then fuck you. Matter of fact, fuck you. Guess I should have never fucked you. I think I needed a mop because I wasn't supposed to be on your route. But everything that you was like candy and a nigga just had a sweet tooth. You made me feel invincible, and that's something that drugs can't do. You had my mind blown like a 12 gauge to the head. Your very presence made me weak. In the legs, now that I think of it, she used to make a nigga weak, like 7 days. The only pain I can imagine worse than this is labor or period pains. But we finished, point blank, period. So there's no need to finish this. And for the record, your pussy wasn't my favorite dish. I'm sure this... I'm sure the side orders would have tasted better if I had only gone for a taste. Too bad you were such a waste of my time. But watch how I can end this rhyme. You could carry your thoughts, your love, your apologies, your ass, and your clitoris. Just like a child that got lectured from a parent, you are dismissed.
When words shatter, think it not because you spoke to few of them, but too many. Had you allowed the microphone of observation to amplify your thoughts, the wings of silence to sustain your ground-bound defenses, your words would not have shattered. They would have mattered. I would have mattered. More than broken phrases, I would have mattered. More than fractional fragments, I would have mattered. More than decimal destinies, we would have mattered. But no particular particle could ever solidify the love that you've soaked in the acid of pride, so we don't have mattered. What we have is exactly what you think of me. Nothing. You ask me, what will it take to bring us back together? Nothing. What can I do to make it all better? Nothing. What will it mean if we could do it all over again? Nothing. Nothing. When will you give me another chance? When God cries long and hard enough to make the earth flood again. When doves turn black, in fact, when clocks go back, when prophets stop seeking to profit from man, when you stop falling in love with mirrors, when 4 words can take us forwards, and I truly forgive you. But you speak too much. Never allowing sincerity to get a word in, so all I hear is shattered glass, making ripples in the pool in which we once bathed our unified spirit. Just hush. Hush. Poetic apologies begin to flow when your words do so no longer see. Words just judge and rape me. Sealed lips liberate me, alliterate me as you softly sing sweet, simple songs, silky syllables that soothe silence. Hyperbolize me as we engage in a million, billion, trillion sessions of muted intercourse. Personify this thing until it consumes the very basis on which we've established our false. Just hush.
Shit.
Hush. When will I give you another chance? Maybe when God cries long and hard enough to make the earth flood again, Hurricane Sandy makes an ocean of the Bahama lands, the flood returns. When doves turn black, The white bird flies into the path of thickened smoke. The colors of its feathers darken. In fact, when clocks go back, a little girl throws her brother's ticking watch over her head, and it seems that time flies backwards when prophets stop seeking to profit from man. The Lord blesses his faithful servants when you stop falling in love with mirrors, so I paste a photo of myself next to your reflection. When 4 words can take us forwards, and we recognize the truth. Truth is, matter will never do justice to the formless aesthetic beauty of silence. Words will never shatter if unspoken. Beaten hearts are better liars than broken words. I said beating hearts are better lawyers than spoken words. So stop trying to defend yourself and hush. You ask me, what do I have to do to make things right? Nothing. Don't say anything.
I think I'll start at the end. Maybe then everything else will make sense. I hate that I remember it. No matter how badly I would like to forget. I hate that I still remember how much you meant to me. How everyone I meet somehow reminds me of you. Remember that time? It was supposed to just be us. But she wouldn't stop calling. And it seemed to me that you just couldn't say no. So I told you to make a choice. Now, at the time, I thought you chose me, so I resorted to opening up mine and let you have your way. I thought we were becoming one. I thought that I was the one. I fell for it. I fell for all your lies. You called me baby. Like the baby you had to give up, like the baby I almost had for you. You called me baby. I gave up everything. I pushed when you pulled. I gave and you took. I opened where you closed. I was willing to do anything. Anything for you. Anything for us. Remember that Christmas? You couldn't spend with your family? So I gave up spending Christmas with my family just so I could be your family. In fact, that was the first time you met my family. I'm not sure who to blame. Because it was not long after meeting them that you woke me in the middle of the night to tell me that you're not happy. But I couldn't be angry. You wouldn't allow me to be angry or upset or offended by any of them you put me through. I guess I should have just been grateful that you chose to love me, that you made love to me, that you spent a whole year lying to me. Was any of it ever real? Did you ever mean a single of those I love yous? But you mean it when you say it to her. I know I'm not supposed to know about her, or how she makes you happier than I did, even if she only sees you as a casual, or how you're trying to erase the past year like it never happened. Erase me like I never happened. So all this time I was holding on to a love that was fake. I guess these tears are fake too. After all, how can you cry over something that never happened? I am bleeding, and you don't care. I am bleeding, and you don't care. For
so long you validated my existence. As long as you loved me, I knew I existed. As long as you touched me, I felt worthwhile. But now you don't touch me. You don't call me, you don't think about me, and you don't love me. So a part of me is missing, and currently another girl that wants no part of me. But then again, who am I if we never existed?
I've officially achieved what others see once, but I failed to witness. See, we played the game of dominoes, but death was just visiting, just coming for business. See, we're living in a world where it's such a risk to go outside without getting pumped up in your own yard now. That's homicide. See, this poetry has now become the life of me. And this domino effect was still in effect, and if I leave, then it will be the death of me. See, I want to live a life with this world, but if I had taken 2 shots from that pumper, whilst my neighbor was running like Stumper, I would be in my grave unable to rise on day 3. See, I was your son, but not the only begotten, and your will and your ways that night was quickly forgotten. See, I couldn't even think straight. I was off the path of the straight and narrow. But thanks to your promise of my life, death's view was straight and narrow. The domino effect, 1 goal affected the lives of 3. They could have placed 2 holes in each of us and mathematically still be equivalent to double 3. But this wasn't history nor geography. We were simply at the wrong place at the wrong time, but this wasn't going to be a repeat. See, I have this heavy protection on my life, because God stepped in and said, death, not tonight. So you go elsewhere and take another life. Again, I said that if I leave, that it will be the death of me. The domino effect. The life of 1 affected the lives of 3. But this time it was the life of the Trinity, so that death itself can rest in peace.
Look, from where I stand, I'm 5'4", but you're not seeing me. Look harder. To the world, I'm short, sweet, simple, sexy, sociable. But I want you to not only look at me, but peer into me. See beyond my skin. Understand the equivocal meanings of my words and the dubiousness behind my eyes. Like bands of rubber, I stretch myself with arms wide to this world, only to have been forced to my knees with contusions that soak up every means of my soul. I have battled such malicious criticism and disdain, which brought me so much self-doubt that had me thinking I was never going to be good enough. I was questioning my purpose, my meaning for life. I was questioning who my Father had made me to be until He helped me to realize that I'm not to be in this world, but I'm not to be of this world, but in it. So, I'm not short. Because to be short means that I don't deserve the breath that flows through me. It is saying that I don't appreciate the gifts that I receive. So stop. Stop the thoughts that flow evidently through your mind. And let me help you to understand that when I inhale, I absorb not only air, but life. Every second, every minute, every hour, I see. I process. I feel. Each reaction triggers a funny phase of sadness, fear, anger, and an overwhelming burst of happiness that enlightens every vessel of my system, which keeps me on track. My life didn't come in instructions, so I'll fall off a few times. However, my fear of failure gives me incredible drive. I have people that love me, sometimes more than I love myself. My collection of happiness, my greatest wealth. Small in structure, but grand in nature. Okay? So you don't understand. Let me relay it. I'm not short. I'm concentrated.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton
so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all my heart could desire. Under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above, you'd be so very nice, just like paradise to come home to. And love, oh, you'd be so nice to come home to. You would be so very nice by the fire while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that my heart could desire, under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above. You'd be so very nice, just like paradise to come home to. To come home to come home to. Love. Honey.
That's clear. Bye, Claire.
Honey, envies and sugars caught between your teeth. You're so sweet. I can feel the chemistry, but don't mistake my desires with ever being easy. It's just that your body is doing something to me, and I want to take this picture further than your eyes could ever see. That I'm in demise, trapped and tied, and you're the guy with the master key, so set me free. I can release this tension building. If there's kinks, I've got a plan to work them out. And I'm all about the teasing. Foreplay, lip spike, then pleasing. Deep breaths, long strokes, I'm teething as though I'm toothless. Games are useless if passion plays the benches. Don't regret this. One instant. And well, if things just come into being, I want to test your Big Bang theory. I'm a lion waiting to be tamed. Constrict my breathing, tug on my mane from behind. Closed doors, I'll be the main girl. So treat me very special. But I admit that I'm a bad girl, begging you to punish me. Your choice, inside or publicly on school grounds, to teach you mom was done right and just make love to my brown thighs and glide. Your fingers on the places that I'm forced to cover. Soulful brother, stretch me out, freak me, baby, like no other. Cause you make me so speech. Less, speak less. Composure's not worth keeping in your sight, so feel free to hug on my curved side. I'll test how good you can really drive mine. Engine's been waiting on the green light. Switch gears and swift drifts all night. In a race no one wants to win, but wait. Do you prefer lane 69? Just heat my plate up, levitate on the walls, the counters, the kitchens. We'll wash our own dishes. Or we can go slow. If the light is yellow, and I promise to rock your boat, but only if you let me. So do you let me?
Let's get before you go. The ninth round begins, and I'm in the flow. I have just one more round to go. One last dance to win this bout. Try to knock this bro out. He's slowing down. It's starting to dry. It's like hitting a punching bag. Without stick and job and dip and cut, and I hit him with everything and I'm done. I was so confident he'd be my lunch until he swung that sucker punch. Between the eyes without warning. Man, I was on the ground yawning. The crowd went into commotion while I fell out in slow motion. I thought I got hit by a car. Man, I was seeing stars. The end of the night drive came around, and I knew that I was on the ground. I heard the ref scream 1 and 2, but there was nothing I could do. I heard the ref say 3 and 4, but I couldn't rise from off that floor. I heard the ref go 5 and 6. How did I get in this mix? Then he said 7, 8, but your own legs wouldn't stand up straight. Before he got to 9 and 10, I was on my feet again. But my head was lightened. Not feeling dazed, not walking around on wobbly legs. The ref then asked me if I was all right. Of course I'm not. I'm gonna fight. But the final bell has yet to sound, and I knew I still had one last round.
I may be the ugliest thing that you've ever seen, but I will be damned if I allow you to put me down. My skin is only this way because of my condition, and it's clinical, so please stop laughing at me. You're the reason I continuously keep eating, hoping that one day my stomach will burst from gluttony so that I can leave this earth and find my place in space amongst the glory of the stars and have the moon gaze at me for all eternity. Just so that someone can look at me and see that inside there is true beauty. But they only see this grotesque beast sitting in front of you and you judge me. And my trial was more unfair than Casey Anthony's. And I had a full jury. 12 of your pairs, and apparently I'm not good enough to hang with the rest, so maybe I should just go hang by myself on a piece of rope that I made with silk and reinforced with my tears. My heart has been broken, and I keep in a constant depressed state, so I eat and I eat until one day it feels like I've been waiting for the second coming of Christ, and God knows I can't wait until you see that really and truly, from mine to yours, I'm a butterfly.
Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a beach blonde tramp, and he's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink, cause she can't shoot a whiskey. Right now, he's probably up behind her with the pool stick, trying to show her how to shoot a combo. But he don't know. I dug my key into the side of his pretty little suit-up four-wheel drive. Carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louis V slugger to both headlights. I slashed a hole in all 4 tires. Maybe next time I think before he cheats. Down with right now, she's probably up singing some white trash version of Shania karaoke. Right now, she's probably saying I'm drunk, and he's thinking that he's gonna get lucky. Right now, he's probably topping off $3 worth of that bathroom polo. Oh, but he don't know. Pretty little souped up four-wheel drive.
cheeks. I might have saved a little trouble for the next girl, 'cause the next time that he cheats, oh, you know it won't be on me. Oh, not on me.
Something short, sweet, unsprayed. Story of my life, searching for the